right, welcome everybody. Nice group. I came out here and I sat down and I suddenly got nervous. I felt like I had left an article of clothing behind. Wow. But I just did like a quick frisk and it's all here. So that's the good news. I got nervous. I rounded the corner and I was like, did I put on my underpants?
Now you're saying it, I'm thinking, what?
No, I was like, wait, did I forget something? No, it's all on. It's all okay. We can continue, everybody.
Because what's so funny, this crew right here, they let you walk out.
Oh yeah, around. Oh please, you could come out totally nude. It's like when have you ever spoken to your husband at a party for a long period of time, and then suddenly you realize the entire night you had a giant piece of kale on your tooth, and he doesn't say a word, and he goes, "You think I was looking at you?" And I go, "Well, you were looking in my face, so I thought that maybe you saw me."
Yep, always the people you love.
Always, always. So you said you went to see Gone Girl last night.
Yeah. How many of you have seen it?
How many of you have read the book? Okay, this doesn't make any sense. It's the #1 movie in the country, and every time we ask the audience how many of you have seen it, nobody applauds. And then I go, how many have read the book? And everybody applauds. And I think there's a connection between people who have read the book are afraid to see the movie. Is that true? Yes.
You don't know what you're missing. I mean, it's one thing you created in your head by reading the book, but I like the visual of it, and David Fincher did an incredible job with this movie. It really is a good movie. It makes you, I'm not gonna spoil it, but whoo, boy, some crazy people out there. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah.
But
is it a good date movie? Because people are like, no, it's not a good date movie.
Nope, it's not a good date movie. If you go on a date with her, you won't be trying to take her home with you. I guarantee that. You'll be like, you go home, I'll go to mine.
Do you remember when Fatal Attraction came out and everybody was like, it is the worst date movie ever?
Yeah, it's not. Even if you went, I had a friend of mine who came with his wife, and he was like, man, I don't think I'm sleeping in the other bedroom and locking the door tonight. It is just that crazy of a movie, and the twists and the turns, and you just... It was tense. When you look up and everybody's sitting on the edge of their seat, and you're going, okay, this is a good movie for the entire time. It really was good.
Mark and I watched a TV show like that last night called The Affair. The Affair. Oh my gosh, it is, guys, provocative as the day is long. Provocative. Lots of conversations were had in our house last night. Tons of conversations. I mean, it is provocative. And it is shown by both people participating in the affair. It is shown by both of their points of views. And it's very funny because when the show begins, Mark keeps saying, he's like, why is everybody hitting on him? And then they flip it around and they show it from the other side, and you realize, okay, from his perspective, every woman he meets is hitting on him. If a woman says hello to him, she is hitting on him. And so it's very funny because then when you see it from the woman's perspective, she is not hitting on him. She is just taking his order at the restaurant.
Well, I think they should twist it around because I feel like there are a lot of women who feel like if a guy says, hello, how are you, opens the door for you, it's like, he's trying to hit on me.
This is what I'm saying, though. You see it from both points of view. You see it from his point of view and her point of view. From his point of view, she is all over him. From her point of view, he is all over her.
Really?
It is fascinating. Fascinating.
See, I haven't watched it yet, but I will be watching that.
Watch it. It is provocative. You are going to have long conversations. And the kids in the show, there are children in the show. And the children behave like children. And you go, oh, God. And that's the one thing both perspectives gets right. The children are very present and very verbal. The kids are verbal.
Kids are kids.
The kids are running amok.
Yeah, because a lot of these movies, the kids are too perfect. You're like, come on, a kid not do that.
Yeah.
Too much. And then look at this. This is something I saw in the paper. I couldn't it kind of threw me off. But a man in France has married his father's former wife. This guy, he married his former stepmother. And she's 3 years older than he is. She's 48, he's 45. And there's a law in France that you can't marry your stepmother. But somehow...
That doesn't sound right.
Yeah. Well, the French law bans all unions between stepchildren and stepparents, which I definitely understand. But the court ruled in the couple's favor. So then they got married, and the other court decided not to appeal. And his father and her ex was at the wedding.
Wait a minute. Breaking news. Time out. This is breaking news from Gelman, from the Gelman News Desk. He just held up a sign that says, "Legal in the U.S., we think." Thank you, Gelman. Thank you,
Everywhere
Gelman,
we
for that.
found it, it seems to be that in the U.S. it's legal.
Is it
may not be
normal?
right or normal, but it's legal.
Thank you, Gelman.
Yes.
There are a lot of things that are legal that aren't normal.
Just because something's fair doesn't mean it's ethical, and just because it's ethical doesn't mean it's fair.
Yeah, that is the truth. But that seems a little...
But all of the spouses went to the wedding.
Yeah, and then the former husband has always supported us. He's probably like...
That is very
Get
French.
off my hands, take a son.
Yeah. There's a coffee table book. It's a French coffee table book. It's an old one, and I'm trying to come up with the name of it, and I'm sure once the show goes off the air, it will, you know how when you try to remember things all day long, and then at 3 in the morning you wake up with it? There was an old coffee table book, and it's a series of funerals, French funerals, and at the funerals, and they're like, I'm not sure if they're dignitaries. I'm not sure why these people were photographed at funerals, because I don't speak French. Only in my mind do I speak French. And so, and it's the family of the man who's dead, and then his mistress and their children. So it's like this evolved thing where he's dead and the wife and her children, and then the mistress and her children, and everybody's happy, probably because he's dead. Who knows? I don't know. Now that I'm reading into it, yeah. Have you seen this book?
I've seen that. Yeah,
it's a very interesting book.
Oh man, and but should that be legal? I mean, that's my whole thing. I don't know. I mean, I guess love is love, but it feels a little weird.
Listen, it makes.
You're nothing like your father. I'm sorry. Sorry to cut you off.
I don't know why, as soon as we say French, I do this. I don't know why.
Oui.
Hey, listen, you are probably owed money. And so are you. And you, and you, and you.
Now, you talking about from my friends and family, or you talking about from some other person?
I'm talking about the Red Bull Company. Yeah. The Red Bull Company.
Really?
Yes, they owe you $10 or $15 worth of Red Bull products. It's up to you. And you, and you. They had there was a class action lawsuit filed saying that they were guilty of false advertising when they claim that Red Bull gives you wings. And so you can either get $10 in cash or $15 worth of Red Bull. I disagree. I believe Red Bull does give you wings. I had a Red Bull once, and I do believe I got wings from that experience. Yes, there it is. There it is. Remember that? Do you remember when I had that Red Bull and then I sprouted those wings? Yep. Yeah, somebody else had a Red Bull around here, too.
Tell you right now.
Yes, yep.
Wow.
Yes.
You had a little sip with those little wings.
He had a Red Bull Light.
Kelly,
a light
yeah,
Red
he had
Bull.
the light, sugar-free.
Yes.
I swore I had wings, too, when I mixed mine with some vodka. Woo!
So you have had a vodka and Red Bull.
Oh, it's one of the best ways to try Red Bull. You gotta mix it with something. It's very, before we used to play, when it felt like it first came out back then when I was still playing with the Giants, you drink some before the game.
Really?
But I could only drink like that much. Yeah, then the guys then Red Bull took over the soccer team, and they used to ship it to our dressing room, our locker rooms, and they were like, pretty much you're supposed to mix it with something, but we were drinking it straight. Any more than that before a football game, I would have been hurling all over the football field.
Right.
Between the nerves and all that energy stuff, so I would drink that much before and about the same amount at halftime.
Ooh. Oh, I just feel like at a certain point, even if a company tells you that Red Bull makes you grow wings, you have to understand that that is not true.
You're 100% right.
I mean, did anybody go, Mom, I have to have this. It will grow me those wings that I've been dying to grow all these years.
But I agree with you. But how do you prove that you bought the product? You walk in with a can of Red Bull?
No, they are giving anybody who claims to have
No purchase necessary.
No purchase necessary. Just go in and say, I want my $10. Darn it.
Yeah.
I didn't get my wings. I want my, okay,
Do you see wings here? No? $10. Let's go.
Oh, boy. And you're hair anista. You know all about hair.
Am I a hairanista?
Hairanista. There's a fashionista and a hairanista. And
Yes.
how do you feel about this? They say, everybody, that the mullet is coming back. Oh, y'all don't like the mullet, huh? What the mullet's coming back?
I would call it a modified mullet. I would call it an editorial mullet. I would say that it's more of like a very heavy bang with like fringy in the back.
Well, you know, Marc Jacobs' fall 2013 runway show, that's where he was displaying the mullet styles. Yeah. And like I say, short in the back and short in the front and long in the back. Some of these pictures aren't necessarily mullets to me. That Joan Jett?
Well, they're modified mullets.
Modified mullets.
Modified
okay,
mullets.
That's what they call it?
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Like this is kind of a mullet right here. That's not a mullet. That's a regular hairstyle I see every day.
They're just showing you. It's like that's a very shaggy cut with like a very heavy statement bang in the front.
Those are mullets.
Yeah.
And that must be at Marc Jacobs' show.
Yep.
I see that all the time too. And that's the classic.
I don't see Jennifer Lawrence's being a mullet. I think that's just a slicked back,
It's a slick
short
back.
bob. That's a slick back bob. Speaking of incredible hair, we've all heard of the grumpy cat, right? Well, there's a cat named Garfi who lives in Turkey who is known as the angry cat. Let's take a look at Garfi. Oh. Garfi is furious. Look at that 80s hair.
He doesn't like chicken.
He doesn't like chicken. Oh, well, would you be, if you were in the frying pan, would you be happy?
Who puts a cat in the frying pan?
I surrender, I surrender. I mean, we can all agree, as gorgeous as...
That's a hip-hop version.
That cat is terrifying. Oh, look at the other cat. Is that to show how terrifying the other cat is?
Garfi.
Garfi.
Garfi from Turkey.
Garfi from Turkey.
Look at that. Garfi is no joke.
Wait.
I told you to
One
pass
more.
me my cocktail.
One more. Last one. This is for the holidays. For the holidays, everybody. Everybody likes the holidays. Garfi's like, I don't like the holidays.
Maybe he just has a sad resting face.
Maybe his heart is going to grow 3 sizes that day. Thank you, Shirley.
All right, everybody, let's get this party started with Time to Smile.
Trivia dancer is Rose de Guzman from Thomas River, New Jersey. Thomas? Is it your birthday today?
Yes, Kelly.
Happy birthday! Thank you. It's the big 21. Zoe's in the clubs tonight. Woohoo!
Happy birthday. And, oh, boy, that was funny. Let's say hello to Danielle Jirasek from San Jose, California. Hello, Danielle.
Hi, Michael. Hi, Kelly. Hi, gentlemen. Hi.
Oh, it's okay, Danielle. You don't have to acknowledge them.
Hi, Danielle. Love you too, Danielle.
So, hey, Danielle, what are your plans for the weekend out there in San Jose?
We are going to the Great Glass Pumpkin Patch.
What is that? That sounds incredible. Is it glass?
Yeah, so it's 10,000 glass pumpkins that they make look like a real pumpkin patch, and it supports local art organizations.
Oh, I want to go there.
So I have a question. I have 10,000 glass pumpkins. They're all pieces of art, but are they all different, or are you just walking around going, that pumpkin look just like the other one?
Oh, no, they're all different. All different colors, all different sizes.
Oh, that would be beautiful.
I'd love to go there.
Yeah.
I would love to go there and see that. Is it only in San Jose?
It's actually in Palo Alto, which is about half an hour from us.
Oh, so even closer to us.
So take some pictures, and if you can get it up, send us the pictures, please. Here we go. Spin the wheel, take the glass.
There's a great prize, the Turtle Bay Resort in Hawaii, 7 days, 6 nights. It includes breakfast and dinner daily. Round-trip airfare provided by Hotwire. It's a prize valued at $6,900. You know what, this is great because you're already in California, so the trip is going to seem half as long as somebody from over on the East Coast. You have 20 seconds and only one guess. Good luck.
Here you go, Danielle. On yesterday's show, we talked with Robert Downey Jr. On what 1970s television series did we say Robert's mother appeared?
Mary Hartman, Mary Hartman.
You got it.
Congratulations, you and a guest will enjoy 7 days and 6 nights at the Turtle Bay Resort on the North Shore of Oahu. Lush gardens, tropical settings, spectacular ocean views, and unspoiled elegance. Miles of pristine beaches and trails, horseback riding, championship golf, tennis, and oceanside spa. A true Hawaiian experience. Turtle Bay Resort. Your prize is valued at approximately $6,900.
That's pretty exciting, Danielle.
Thank you so much.
Now you definitely have to send us a photo.
Yeah.
Okay.
Get patched. Now it's your turn to make the day of a lucky member of our studio audience who will receive 8 place settings of American-made fine china from Lenox valued at more than $500. So please pick a number between 1 and 233.
17.
There you go, right there. Congratulations, Danielle. Congratulations, young lady. Happy birthday to our trivia dancer. Everybody stay right there when we come back. That very funny Steve Carell is here.
It's been too long, by the way.
I know, it's ridiculous. But I watch you every day just to see all your cute outfits.
Oh, thank you.
Am I wrong? Like, she wears the cutest outfits.
No,
and your hair.
I just watch what you're wearing when I'm at the nail salon and Us Weekly, and I go out and I get the same thing.
And I gotta say, you hold a special place in my heart. First, because you were the first guest when I started co-hosting here on the show, and the first time I co-hosted, and then I'll never forget, I'm at the hotel in LA, and I'm having lunch, and I see you at a table, and you get up, and you walk over, and you say, I thought that was you, you big, charming, gap-toothed gentleman. And I said, I love this woman. I love this woman.
I was so excited that you got the job, and then you were going to be here permanently, and I was
Thank
like,
you.
congratulations. Isn't it the best?
Once in a while, we hear that movie stars watch our show, but we never believe it. But with Reese, I actually believe it might be true. Because you'll reference something, and I'm like, I think she watches the show.
I watch the show, yes. I get excited when you get your hair cut, and then I'm like, should I cut my hair too? So watch out.
Now, you're big on Instagram.
I really am enjoying Instagram.
You love
Can
it.
you tell I have a teenager?
When did you start?
I started about, I don't know, like 9 months ago, maybe a year ago.
Yeah. I just started at my daughter is constantly yelling at me that my Instagram photos are not good.
Oh, right. Yeah, I get that too.
Yeah, so how do you make your photos good, and what do you post pictures of?
Well, I usually have the kids take the pictures.
Oh, right.
So that's key.
Smart.
Just say, if you don't like how I take the pictures, you take them yourself.
Right, okay, good.
And I don't know, it's kind of a fun thing for me too, because when you're in movies, you don't really get to meet the audience very often, so it's a way to interact. And I really enjoy talking to people and hearing, most of the time, what they want to say.
Yeah.
And then I know you posted a picture with your brother talking about your love of donuts.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
I said, I know we're related because we both love donuts. No, my brother's so sweet, and I'm just so lucky I have the greatest family.
Yeah.
What, you have a preference of donut?
Of donuts?
Kind? Yeah.
Well, in Nashville, we have a place called Donut Den, and it's delicious. Yay, Nashville! Yay! But I've been all over the world, and I've had some really yummy donuts.
Have you tried the cronut from downtown here?
Yes, I've tried the cronut.
It's pretty great, right?
It's
worth it.
It's crazy delicious.
Yes.
Crazy delicious, yeah.
It's half croissant, half donut, right?
Yeah, it's if they had a baby. If a donut and a croissant made a baby.
If they put more butter into a donut, it would be a credonut.
Credonut.
Or a cronut.
Well, it's good enough for
I
me.
like credonut.
Whatever donuts you're eating, you need to let me know, because you look incredible for somebody who loves donuts. And we got to take a quick break. We got to take a quick break. When we come back, we'll find out why Reese's latest role in Wild was so hard for her to do. So
That's Reese Witherspoon in Wild, of course, based on a true story by a woman wrote this book. Her name is Cheryl Strayed, right? And tell us about her. How did you, find out about this book and learn of her story?
Actually, Cheryl sent me the book before it was published, and I read it on a plane. I read half of it on one part of the plane, and then the other on going home, and I was just sobbing. I was in tears, and everybody on the plane was like, what's wrong? But it's just a beautiful book about love and grief and loss, and but also how we ultimately can save ourselves. And I think it's such a dear movie to me. It's probably the hardest I've ever worked on anything my entire life.
No kidding.
From the physical aspects of it, but just because I produced it. It was my first movie I produced and starred in, and it was just a wonderful, really fulfilling journey.
What do you think the hardest part was? Was it harder? I know the balancing of doing both, producing and starring in, but what was the hardest physical aspect of the job?
Well, it was cold. It was really cold. And we shot in Oregon, and I'm wearing shorts and T-shirts, but it was probably like 40 degrees.
Oh,
yeah. It was really, really cold. And and hiking up mountains. I had bruises all over my body, and it's only me in the movie, so there's no one else to cut to. So it's just all day. And but then the really emotional scenes too.
It's fascinating to me that you convey so much with saying so little, and that's the sign of such a great artist that you are. And it's a great story, but you really bring the book to life.
Thank you. Thank you.
we looked at and then when you watch this film, this film, you have to really, to convey the story, you have to really put yourself out there. And there are some hard to do nude scenes in this film.
Yeah.
And you have a teenage daughter, so did you have to have a talk with her about it?
Yeah, I mean, I had to talk to both my kids and sort of tell them that there's some explicit sexuality in the movie, and I had to make a choice. Because Cheryl's book was so open and honest and real, I had to make a choice as an artist, not to just do the parts I felt comfortable with, but to tell the whole story. Because you don't understand why she's on this journey by herself alone, and if you don't see the whole parts of it. And it also has a wonderful message to women about their sexuality, to not be ashamed of yourself, and that your life experiences are part of the person that you become. And that idea.
Keep my mouth shut.
At Vera Dental and Dentures. With our easy payment plans and same-day dentures, it's no wonder our patients can't keep their mouths shut.
A writer, a producer, and one of the funniest guys in the business. Please welcome back to the show, Steve Carell. You make everybody so happy.
Well, that's what I'm here for.
You know, and last time you were here, we talked about fishing.
Yeah.
And how you went on this fishing trip with your son, and you didn't catch anything.
Nothing, no.
But I heard you went fishing again. Any luck this time?
15 fish.
Wow.
What did you do? Did you go fishing in an aquarium?
It was basically that. It was a stocked pond.
Oh, no
you could have
kidding.
walked into this pond and grabbed fish and just had fish for dinner.
No kidding.
Yeah. But we threw them all back. I mean, it was
Yeah.
catch and release.
But that's exciting, though, I think, for your
he
son,
went
right?
crazy.
Yeah.
He'd never caught a fish before, and many pictures of him holding
Up
fish.
the
Yeah,
fish.
it was great.
Oh, that is
It was really
great.
fun.
Stephen Colbert is a good friend of yours. And how do you feel about him taking...
That's not really true.
Well, when did you guys meet?
Not
How
a
long have
very
you known
good-
each other?
We've known each other since '87, I think. 86, yeah. We've known each other we met at Second City. And Stephen, for a time, was my understudy at Second City when I was on main stage. And there was one scene that I played the baritone horn growing up, and Stephen didn't play the baritone horn. So he had to learn how to play the baritone horn in order to understudy me. He can do anything.
No kidding.
He's a miracle.
The baritone horn, is that like the trombone?
It's sort of like a mini tuba.
A tuba.
Yeah.
Yes, a tuba.
If you want to get the girls,
Yeah.
you'll learn how to play the baritone horn.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, how do you think he's going to do taking over for Letterman?
He is going to be fantastic. He's such a good actor, and he's very musical, obviously, and he's one of the most intelligent people I've ever met. He's going to be, I think there are qualities and depths to him that will blow people away.
I'm very excited.
He's
for
going to be
him.
incredible.
Yeah. Now, your parents talked you into acting, isn't that true?
They gave me permission to be an actor. They said that it was okay. When I was sort of at a crossroads, do I want to be an attorney? Do I want to be an actor? That sort of thing. And they said, just do what you want to do. Do what's going to be fun for you.
That is absolutely insane advice.
Yeah.
And so now, do you think your parents? Do you think your parents will go into acting? Do you think your children will get into acting?
I don't know. It's fun for them right now. You know, my daughter just got the lead in her first school play, so I'm very excited for
What's
her
the
about
play?
that. It's a David Mamet play.
That's kind of
I'm
heavy,
not
right?
familiar
It's
with
a
it.
David Mamet?
It's like a children's play that he wrote at one point, and she's
No
and she did it
kidding.
without any of our help. She just kind of said, I wanna be in this, and she went out and she auditioned and she got it. But it's not like I don't sense that there's any draw professionally.
Yeah. Will you stay for one more second?
I'm sorry, I have to go.
No, please. Stay. Because we have to talk about the movie.
Oh, okay,
We
I'll
didn't
stay.
even talk
Sure.
about the movie
Yeah,
yet.
sure. What can happen?
When we come back, Steve's going to talk about playing a Fami, which is a father and
28 pages of really big type. And it took me a weekend. But yeah, it's just a really sweet book, and it's a sweet movie.
And you played the father, Ben. And did you draw from your own experiences as a father to help you in the movie?
Oh, yeah, for sure. Both Jen Garner, who plays the mom, and I, we were always bringing in stuff from home every day that felt relevant and real, and a lot of what was in the script already was very relevant to our lives.
I like that you came up with this phrase, "Fami," the father and mommy.
Father mommy, yeah.
Father mommy.
Yeah, I learned that in the movie. I learned that while I'm doing mommy and me yoga with my baby.
Yeah, that was quite interesting.
Those babies are so cute. There were these two little girls that actually played the boy, our baby boy in the movie, and they are the most adorable little kids you'll ever see.
And there are a lot of scenes in this book with animals, crocodiles and kangaroos and everything. Now, did all of the animals get along? Will they be? It says hard to work with animals.
They kept them separate as much as they could. There was one iguana that kept falling asleep on its perch and kept falling off. So there was a guy, one of the wranglers was put just off camera to catch the iguana as he was falling off the perch. So we'd be doing a scene, and out of the corner of our eye, this iguana's eyes are going, and nobody wanted to see the iguana hurt itself. So we're all like sort of on edge about catching the iguana.
I would think that iguanas would have something in them that would allow them to sleep and not fall off the rock, right? Isn't that surprising
This was apparently a narcoleptic iguana.
Did you get that from Mark?
They took an Ambien. couldn't sleep last night. But we're going to take a look at a clip. Now, in this clip, your character, Ben, tries to impress his bosses.
Right. I'm applying. I'm an aerospace engineer. I'm applying for a job in a video game design company. All these young, hip guys. And I've had to bring our baby to the job interview because we didn't have a babysitter. And everything kind of goes haywire.
Everything.
Thanks.
You look like $1 trillion.
Well,
You smell good, too.
that's amazing considering I got on a night flight and have yet to shower.
Well, your natural pheromones are
Thank
impressive.
you. It's working. It's working. I'm glad it's working in my favor.
Hey, happy birthday, by the way.
Thanks. I know,
Are you a
Virgo.
Libra or Virgo?
I'm a Virgo. I'm a Virgo.
Happy birthday.
Just had my birthday.
Did you
yeah.
have a big party?
I
or-
did. I had bought at a charity auction a dinner party, a chef to come to my house and cook me and my friends dinner. So that's what we did for my birthday.
That is a great idea.
It was so nice.
So how
yeah.
many people did you have over?
It was for 10 people. So it was me and 8 of my girlfriends and my boyfriend. Poor guy. It was like 9 women and him. So poor guy. Or lucky guy.
Did he hold very still?
It was funny. He's a bit of a nerd. He doesn't necessarily know chivalry too well, so we had to bust his chops a little bit. We had to tell him that every time a woman stood up and went to the restroom, he had to stand up. So he was standing up every 2 minutes.
It was like church.
Well, see, hold on. Now, did half the time, did they have to go to the bathroom when y'all like, it's your turn?
No, there was some texting going on about it. It was quite cute. He was very sweet about it. It was
So,
good.
he's a writer-director, your boyfriend.
He is.
And you said in a recent article that you like nerds, you don't like jocks. What's up?
Not like that. Not like that.
I'm a jockish nerd.
Are you?
Yeah, you've hurt his feelings.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
I can't even look at you right now.
I would definitely go out with you if we were single, but
See
we're not.
that?
So there you go. Don't take it too hard.
Now you tell me.
No, nerds are the best.
I'm so glad to hear you say that. I'm going to play this for my sons later. So do you think that maybe you and your nerd will settle down and
I don't know.
you don't think about like
We're not. I mean,
you're
this
not there
is
yet.
I haven't slept. This is way too early in the morning for us to be thinking about that.
Okay, but when I think about it, like you said, you like nerds, but then I look at your character, Fiona. She likes anything but in Shameless.
She likes the bad boys.
She likes the bad boys.
Yeah, she likes a lot of bad boys. And her bad boy, who was in the first couple seasons, he was in the last episode of last season, and he might be back. Jimmy Steve might be alive.
No kidding. Lots of men in
Lots of boys.
Lots of boys.
Dermot
yes.
Mulroney is going to be on this season of Shameless, so that's exciting too.
And this is season 5 already.
Yeah.
Let me
I
ask
know.
you a question. When you have love scenes to do, do you look at their mouths and make sure they don't have sore throats or sores?
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Make sure they don't have anything.
Yeah, you go over it, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, okay, good.
Oh,
I
yeah.
just want
I'm not a germaphobe, but I do
No,
like
but you have to,
"Hi,
like,
how are you? Are you well? And I also do
How's your throat?
Yeah, how
Yeah.
are you feeling? Although
Yeah.
I did have to do a makeout scene with somebody who had full-on flu. And it was like an emotional kissing scene, and there was like snot.
Oh,
Not hot. It was not good.
Did
you get
Did you get danger pay that day? You
No, and then I got
And
of
you got
course,
sick?
Of course. If somebody is sneezing into your mouth. Come on,
You
you
and I,
guys.
we're not
Boost
dating.
your
We're not
immune
dating no more.
system.
We're not dating.
We're over.
We are not dating or
It's called show
then again, you
business.
kind of go for anything. There we go. I say, sneezing in your mouth.
He wasn't, but I just mean, you know.
The snot in his
He might as
You
well.
do it for the...
I don't think this is what they meant.
We're going to have to drink our way out.
Yeah, back with Emmy Rossum. Started a new movie, You're Not You. And you play Beck, who's a college student who you become a caretaker for a woman with ALS, played by Hilary Swank. And it's a very emotional role. And how do you prepare for something like this?
Well, I didn't know much about ALS, Lou Gehrig's disease. This was before the Ice Bucket Challenge, so I had no idea anything about this. And I had actually become friends with a young woman through Stand Up to Cancer who had terminal melanoma. She was 26.
Oh, wow.
And so watching her go through that and becoming friends with her, bonding through that experience, kind of paralleled my relationship with Hilary Swank's character in the film.
I think that ALS is one of the cruelest, most horrific diseases that you can have, and so I think when you have to work so closely with somebody who is portraying this character, it must weigh so heavy on you at the end of the day.
You know, it was definitely, Hilary Swank's obviously a master of doing these kind of physical and emotional transformations, and obviously, you know, I'm playing her caretaker. It's a very intimate kind of environment, but I think the hardest thing for us was that we could get up at the end of the day and kind of walk away from it, and the people with ALS can't.
Right.
So to give a voice to people that lose their voice was a really meaningful and beautiful thing to be able to do. And even though she plays a woman with ALS, what I loved about the movie and the script when I read it was even though I sobbed like a baby, it was very inspirational.